to you 12% of interest per year compounded quarterly. All right. So if the situation of compounding more than once a year, you need to determine the I effective. So I effective for a period of 1 year and the CP is 3 months, all right, instead of 12%, the I effective is 12.55%. All right, so for this one, okay, you substitute the value for P, all right, given to you P and you know the value of F, all right. So what is the formula? So this is formula 1A, right? So F is unknown and P is known, all right. So this is the situation. All right, for the series one, all right. The A is 2000 and A is known and F is unknown. All right, so this is the formula apa ni? 3A kan? All right. Okay, so this is the one. So you substitute the value into the formula and you will get the answer for it. Okay, boleh dengar tak? Dengar suara saya tak?
Dengar tak?
Dengar Okay. All right, for the second situation, 5% per month compounded yearly. All right, so for this situation, all right, for 1 year, okay, this is compounding yearly, all right, and this the interest is actually 5% for every 4 months. So in a year, you will have, okay, so this is 4 months, 8 months, and 12 months, right? So for this one, the interest is 5%. And throughout the year, the interest is 15%. All right. So this one, all right, you don't need to calculate the I effective, all right, because given to you the I nominal is 5% for 4 months, and it is being compounded yearly, meaning that for the whole year, it has been compounded once only. So what you need to do, you need to determine the total interest throughout the year, which is 5 times 3, 15%, okay? And you just substitute into the formula, okay? And the interest is 15%. Okay, boleh? Faham? Alright, so this is example 2.19, okay. So the solution is here, okay. I don't need to explain this, Alright. So there are example 220, and the solution for this question is actually on next page and page 75. Okay. All right, so an individual saves 1,000 now. Okay, so this is what happened now. Okay, 4 years from now, 3,000 4 years from now. So this is a second saving made by this person, and 1,500 6 years from now. So this is the third saving made by this person. All right, and the growth rate or the interest is 12% compounded twice yearly. All right, so this compounding period is 6 months, all right, and the payment period is 1 year. So for this situation, the payment period is greater than compounding period. So you need to determine the I effective for the period of 1 year. All right, so the I effective is 2. Okay, so your I effective must be greater than 12%. So this is how you calculate the I effective, and the I effective is 12.36%, and you need to determine the F at n equals to 10. So you have the value of P1, P2, and P3. So you just need one type of formula, which is F is unknown and P is known. Okay, so for P equals to 1000, your N equals to 10, and your I is 12.36%. So for P is 3000, so right, your N is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your N is 6 and your I is 12.36%. Okay, so that is the solution for that problem. And for this problem, you also can solve the problem using nominal, I nominal. But okay, I would prefer to use this, the I effective, so that it will not complicate you. All right, so there are the third situation. So this is, we call it a special case, where you have a series of situation. All right. So there are a woman, okay, deposits 500 every 6 months. So for this case, payment period is 6 months, okay, for 8 years. All right. How much money will she have in her account after she makes her last deposit? Okay, and her last deposit is at uh, year 8. Okay, so F8. So we're looking for the F8. And the annual, the I is 20% compounded quarterly. So the compounding period is 3 months, all right? So in this case, the payment period is greater than compounding period. All right, so we can use this I effective. So you need to determine the I effective for the period of 6 months. Why? Period of 6 months, because payment happen every 6 months. Okay, faham? Faham? Semua senyap. So can I have the solution for this one? What is the F at N equals to 8? And for this situation, all right, since the payment happens every 6 months, meaning that your N for this problem is, you need to calculate for every 6 months. So in 8 years, you have N equals to 16. So what is the future value at N equals to 8 or N equals to 60 month? Boleh? Boleh kira? Boleh saya tahu jawapan dia berapa?
Premsnya.
Dah ada jawapan? Dah ada jawapan, semua senyap ni. Ayam?
Saya tak faham 16 MA equals to 16.
Okay, the N. Okay, the N here must be dalam bentuk period. So period, okay, that we are looking here, okay, period that we are looking here is in terms of payment period. So the yang ni apa ni? The saving happen every 6 months. Okay. So jadi dalam 8 tahun ada berapa bilangan 6 bulan dalam 8 tahun? Ada 16 kali kan? So that is why N here is 16. Okay, kita melihat N kat sini depends on the payment period. If the payment period in terms of 3 months, okay, in terms of 3 months, so in a year, how many 3 months? 4 times 3 months, kan? So for 8 years, how many 3 months? 8 times 4. 32 lah. So in this case, in 1 year, the installment happened twice. So in 8 years, the installment happened in 16 years. Okay, and the end yang kita lihat kat sini adalah bergantung kepada I effective yang kita kira tersebut. Period that we use to calculate the I effective. So the period that we use to calculate the I effective is for every 6 months. Kenapa for every 6 months? Because payment happen in every 6 months. Boleh? Faham?
Okay, faham.
Okay, good. So can I have the value of F? Orang lain mana? Prime aja ke yang ada ni?
Soalan terciduk.
Betul Daniel? Okay, good. Orang lain dapat nama? Thank you Daniel. Saya tengah sarapan hari ni saya keluar lambat rumah. Jadi lambatlah saya sarapan ni. Saya tengah sarapan Boleh sementara tunggu awak duk kira tu saya sarapan lah.
Apa lah.
Orang lain ada dapat macam Daniel? Betul Arif. Okay, that's it. 2 orang dah dapat, maknanya betul lah. Orang lain macam mana? Sebelum saya proceed, ada nak tanya tak?
Orang lain terkentut mat.
Awak tak tanya, saya tak tahu faham ke tak? Okay, so can we move on to the next exercise? Alright.
Bila kau?
Okay, the answer for this exercise is 318,778. Alright. So can you answer this question? Okay. Can you answer this question assuming that you do not know the answer? Alright. So this question is actually almost the same to the one that we have solved just now. It's just that for this Boeing problem, okay, you need to determine the A, alright, which is the A series. And for this question, you need to determine the one type payment. But how you the understanding of the problem is almost the same. So can you try to solve this problem? Okay, by not looking the answer. Okay, can you try to solve this problem by not looking the answer? Okay, try to get the answer, and if you cannot get the answer, you may ask. Boleh?
Doktor.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
Apa apa Michelle?
Ada soalan? Ada soalan? Boleh jawab ke? Tak boleh jawab, boleh tanya Kalau tak tanya, saya tak tahu. Siapa-siapa ada nak tanya? Okay, you're supposed to submit your homework 3 by today, right? Betul?
Betul.
Homework 3 tak ada masalah
Tak salah.
Saya assume okey lah, awak tak tanya, saya tak tahu kan. Okey, so dapat jawapan dia? Boleh? Boleh tak buat? Boleh? Faham Faham tak konsep dia?
Aku lost tu.
Boleh? Amir Rushaidi senyap. Amir Rushaidi senyap ni saya susah hati. Amir? Boleh tak buat?
So slow.
Semua bisa.
Cash flow diagram tu faham
Semua bisa.
I effective tu per period tu tahu ke buat macam mana?
Ambil. Kau ambil. Sialah ambil sama. Ambil pun tidur.
Okey, saya tanya Amir, saya tanya.
Allah. Sialah ambil.
Kenapa awak kena cari I effective over a period of 1 year? Kenapa?
Sebab dia period. Sialah ambil
Kenapa?
mat. Ambil.
Sebab nak cari jalebi.
Okey, nak cari nilai P dengan menggunakan A equals to 200
200,000.
kan? Okey, dan payment itu berlaku every year. Okey, lepas tu dah dapat nilai P dia. 4332 4.3 million. Dah dapat belum?
Dah.
Okey. Sekarang ni. Okey. Alright. So sekarang ni apa yang awak nak cari adalah revenue. Revenue ni maknanya income. Income to the company for every 6 months. Right, for every 6 months. Okay, kita tahu bahawa this 8%. Okay, kita tahu bahawa this 8% ni is actually being compounded semi-annually. Bermakna for 1 year, okay, it has been compounded twice. Okay, jadi dalam masa 6 bulan, okay, the I nominal is 4%. So the payment period is every 6 months. Okay, maka your interest you should get for every 6 months. Okay, given to you 8% compounded semi-annually. So for every 6 months, the interest is 4%. Alright, and the end. Okay, your end is 10 years, but you need to determine the revenue for every 6 months. So the period for calculation of A kat sini adalah 20. Maka dapatlah yang ini. A.
Mengapa pula?
Okey, boleh. Boleh kan?
Mantap lah.
Alright. Okay. So yang ini. Alright. So this is solution So solution dia, okay, yang ini dan inilah solution dia. Okay, this one. Okay. Tadi saya terstop. Saya terus, sepatutnya saya reshuffle ni. Sepatutnya saya terus pergi kat sini so that you will see the answer for it. Tapi saya terus pergi kepada solution yang lain. But anyway, you can read by yourself. Alright. So for this one, okay. Alright. Ada soalan tak untuk yang sebelum ni? Awak tak tanya tak tanya saya tak tahu tau.
Tak ada masalah lah maksudnya.
Ataupun pagi ni macam lemau je. Okay. Alright, this one. Cash flow series, alright. So this is 500 semi-annually for 5 years. Jadi apa yang berlaku kat sini adalah okay, cash flow So katakan yang itu saving Okay. Semi-annually for 5 years. Okay, so dia berlaku at n equals to 0 sampai 5 tahun. Okay. 5 tahun 5 tahun. So A dia adalah 500 dan dia berlaku every 6 months and interest rate is 16% per year compounded semi-annually. Okay, dalam masa 1 tahun. Okay, dalam masa 1 tahun. Okay, this is 1 year Okay, interestnya adalah 16% dan compounded twice a year. Okay, jadi kita nak mencari P, okay, given A. So P-nya dekat mana? Kita nak mencari P kat sini at n equals to 0. So n, okay, disebabkan A ini berlaku for every 6 months, maka P yang kita nak mencari nilai n-nya adalah 10. Dan interestnya adalah for 1 year the interest is 16% and for 6 months the interestnya adalah 8%. So inilah. Okay. So you just substitute into the formula and you will get the value of P at n equals to 0. Okay, boleh faham?
Semi-annually for 5 years. Oh, 2.5 10 lah Mat.
Boleh tak?
Okay, so untuk second situation 75 monthly for 3 years, faham Kenapa I dia dah jadi 2% dan tempohnya adalah 36. Macam yang saya explain tadi lah.
Monthly,
Okay, boleh
monthly for 3 dia 12. 6.
Faham Dr.
Okay, good. Very good. Right, so this is exercise Alright. So exercise ni iaitu find P given A. Alright, so for this exercise, okay. Can you just find P for every situation here? Okay. Saya tak adalah mencari jawapan dia ni berapa. Tapi awak boleh cari Okay. So for this exercise, okay, kalau ada exercise yang awak jumpa yang saya ada bagi, tolong buat. Okay, somehow test ataupun final exam, dia punya soalan yang akan kamu jumpa mirip kepada exercises, homework yang kita bagi. Alright, untuk test 2 ni, alright, I'm not sure sama ada I effective will be asked for test 2 ataupun tak. Sekiranya kamu tak jumpa I effective, okay, dalam test 2, final exam definitely you akan jumpa. Kalau kamu jumpa I effective dalam test 2, final exam kemungkinan kamu akan jumpa juga. Boleh? Boleh faham Same thing goes to capitalized project. Kalau kamu tak jumpa masa dalam test 2, kemungkinan dalam final exam kamu akan jumpa. Kalau kamu jumpa dalam test 2, dalam final exam pun akan jumpa juga. So boleh? Boleh faham Jangan cakap saya tak bagi tahu Okay. Alright. So yang ni bolehlah buat sendiri Boleh buat This one. Okay, this one also good example or exercise. Okay. Adalah semua ni dah bagi dah. Okay, alright. So this one. Okay. Yang ini nampaknya macam sejak akhir-akhir ni lah. In fact, your homework 4 pun is something similar to this one kan? Betul tak?
Betul. Tahu homework 4 tengok bagi banyak.
Ada tengok tak homework 4?
Baru bagi Doktor.
Dengar tak dengar ni?
Ada.
Ada something similar kan? Alright. So for this one, agaknya kamu faham tak?
Ya tak.
Faham tak agak-agak? Macam mana nak buat dia?
Dah semua pisang kan.
Okay
Gini boleh lagu.
Saya explain sikit lah yang ni. So, bila saya explain yang ni, bermakna kita dah covered semua untuk I effective and I nominal. So, next week kita akan mula dengan a new chapter of engineering economy, which is chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3, the notes that has been shared to you in the e-learning, alright, is actually self-explanatory notes, okay? Meaning that I don't have to explain anymore all that, but I will go through quickly for the chapter 3 just in case if you cannot catch whatever or if you have any queries related to that chapter. Okay, kita tengok soalan ni Alright, so this, okay, a cash flow diagram is given to you, okay, for the period of 60 months. Alright, 60 months is 5 years kan? Right. So 60 months, okay, this is 5 years, alright? Alright, okay, so there are one initial cost, which is 50,000 happen at n equals to 0. Okay, and the project and expenditure, okay, for every 6 months, which is 5,000. And the I for this problem is 10% compounded quarterly. All right. So if it is compounded quarterly, Meaning that every 3 months the bank charge you the interest. Okay. So what you need to determine is you need to determine A for every 3 months. Okay, what you need to do, you need to bring this A1 to here. Okay, kalau nak buat yang ni ke sini, nak cari F boleh. Tapi you convert this A to F. A is given, F is unknown. Dan ini kamu kena bawa ke sini. Dah 2 kali calculation kan? So kita nak omit that. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to determine P for A is given. Alright. Since, okay, sekejap ni.
Present worth.
Saya ni bercakap seorang-seorang je ni. Tak apalah. Bercakap seorang-seorang pun tak apalah. Awak faham ke, tak faham ke, saya tak tahu Saya main cakap je
Kecewa. Mana-mana.
Okay. Alright. For this one, okay. Okay. The payment period is actually every 6 months. Alright, payment period is every 6 months, and the compounding period is every 3 months. So for this one, this A, if you want to determine the P for A1 equals to 5,000 for every 6 months. Alright, the payment period is greater than compounding period. So you need to determine the I effective for every 6 months. Why for every 6 months? Because the payment period happen
In every 6 months.
in the duration of 6 months. Alright. So the I per year, okay, is 10%. If you want to determine the interest for the period of 6 months, okay, for the period of 6 months, okay, why for the period of 6 months? Because we wanted to determine the I effective for the payment period of 6 months, okay. So for that, your I is actually 5%, and your M in 6 months, your M is 2. So your effective is this one. Boleh? Okay. And you substitute the A into P formula. Okay, P is unknown and A is known. So this one formula apa?
Number 2.
Pen number 2 or pen number 3?
Pen number.
Okay, you substitute. And okay, pen number 2. And for this one, your N, okay, your N, okay, in 5 years, how many 6 months in 5 years, which is 10. So your N is actually 10. All right. So can you determine the value of X here? What is X? Dapat tak 38,000 492. Kalau tak dapat 492 pun okay, as long as you get the 38,000 ni. Okay, cuba kira dapat tak? Dapat. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so what you need to do next is you need to total up the P at N equals to 0. Then what you need to do, you need to convert this P total, which is 50 plus 38. So the P total is 88,492. All right, and then you need, so P is known and A is known. All right, so you need to determine the A2. So this A2 is actually, the payment period is in every 3 months, and the compounding period, okay, happen in every 3 months. Okay, so for 1 year, okay, your I interest is 10%. So for every 3 months, okay, your interest is equal to 10 over 4, which is equal to 2.5%. So for that one, okay, so for this one is either you use the I nominal or I effective is still the same. If you want to determine or you want to calculate the I effective for R equals to 2.5%, all right, and what is M? In 3 months. In 3 months, your M is 1. So it's either you use I nominal or I effective, DI is equals to 2.5%. So you just use substitute, okay, then you will get A for this one. And what is your N if you want to determine the A for this one, okay? Remember the period, okay, payment period is in every 3 months. So in a 1 year, how many 3 months? 4 times, kan? So in 5 years, 5.5 multiplied to 4, that gives you 20
Naik.
of N.
Oh, betul tak?
Okay, maka dapatlah A-nya. So A, you're supposed to get the value of 5,667. 5,667. Okay. Okay, ada soalan? Alright, so can everybody please give your name? Okay. Okay, give your name in the chat box and then you may leave. Okay.
Doktor pun bisang. Tak pun nak macam mana dengan
Ada soalan tak?
Memang cuma terciduk lah, Mat.
Doktor,
Ya.
masa doktor nak explain yang M equals to 1 tu, saya punya connection dia lag sikit. Boleh doktor explain yang part M saja? M saja, M.
Okay, maksud awak macam mana?
Yang satu ni dia dapat macam ni doktor?
Macam
Untuk soalan ni.
awak agak macam mana M2 equals to 1 tu, kenapa
Sebab payment period sama dengan compounding period dia doktor.
Yelah tu.
Oh, okay doktor.
Sebab
Okay.
bank tu dia charge every 3 months kan? Dan kita nak tahu dia punya revenue for every 3 months.
Oh, okay.
Sebab tu dia M tu jadi 1 dalam period tersebut. Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Alright. Thank you very much. See you all next week.
Bye-bye.
So there is no class